Forest, a widely ranged population of trees, bushes, and any other plants that surrounds or covers a large area population of landmass here on Earth. It makes the landmass greener and mostly known as our Mother Nature. It serves as a shelter for many living organisms like animals. It consists of the upper and lower canopy areas as well as the forest floor. Many population of birds live in the upper canopy, and the lower canopy consists like squirrels, koalas, spiders, rodents, and many more. And lastly, small plants like water lilies and mosses live in there down the forest floor. Who knew the world could be so fascinating, mesmerizing, alluring, winsome, divine, and wonderful? Why should we protect and conserve our forest? What are ways we should do in order to protect the amazing resources we can get in the environment, especially in the forest? What's the point of starting environmental programs? What are the good and bad effects of preserving and not preserving the forest? Negative effects. It produces global warming, climate change, greenhouse effect, and people use the term illegal logging, in which they cut trees without governmental permission and without replacing it and then just leave it behind. It also harms the ozone layer when people burn trees and many more bad effects.
Why do people disregard forest rules?
That is because Sometimes people are lazy, they're irresponsible, and um, they they lack self-discipline. They lack discipline, and that is only for self-interest, and they did not think for the future of the children.
Okay. Why is it important to conserve, protect, and preserve the forest?
I believe to avoid climate change, because if there's climate change, there will be natural disasters like landslide, flood. So if we prevent or if we maintain or protect our environment, we will have a better future for our kids in the future.
Okay. What are the ways people should follow in order to preserve the wonderful resources of the forest?
Avoid cutting trees, plant new trees, and follow proper disposal of garbage. That's it.
Okay. In your own little way, how can you preserve and protect our forests?
As simple as not throwing plastics or trash in the forest whenever you're in the wild, because plastics are dangerous animals when they sometimes they eat it or they consume it, and it's gonna kill them. So and they die. Yeah, that's it.
What are the good effects of protecting the forest?
The good effects of protecting our forest is that we can continually prolong the lifespan of green environment. Our future children can still enjoy going outdoors since we have green environment, and most importantly, that's all.
Okay. How will you encourage people to follow good rules for the forest?
I will encourage people to follow good rules to protect the forest by showing examples that, or rather, showing what is really happening right now in terms of destruction of nature. Showing them that we really need to follow these rules so to extend our planet's life. What
A good example?
what facts or show facts about what is happening with nature right now.
Personally, I think that people should just stop thinking about themselves, stop thinking of their own personal interest, and just flat out stop being greedy. I mean, if people continue to be greedy and just think of what they can get, and just they don't think about others, then everything, forest, the nature, the environment is just gonna be gone. That's why we should stop. We should stop destroying the forest, the environment, and preserve it.
My own words, personally, people should start thinking about the
future.
The future and the environment, so that the future generations cannot face the consequences that we have in our actions today. And we should really protect the forest because forest to provide almost everything we need. So
One way to protect the forest is to start environmental practices like making slogan and program. This will stop people from cutting trees like illegal logging without governmental permission.
The only way to protect the forest is to stop or ban people from using CFC products or chlorofluorocarbon products like hairspray.
Hello everyone! Today I'm going to tell you about the human impacts on the environment. Let's start on some positive aspects. The advancement of technology have led us to a new era of genetic engineering. This has led to the increase of crop production rates. Another significant achievement from genetic engineering is that we can use cloning techniques to produce a population of organisms. We are also able to research closely to diseases and develop the cure. We also have manufactured pesticides, insecticides, fungicides, and herbicides to ensure undisturbed crop growth. We have developed technology in such a way we can control greenhouse's temperature, humidity, lighting, and even watering it automatically. Also, we now know how to use satellites to monitor crops. Okay, enough of the good stuff. Now let's move on to the negative aspects. The increasing demand for land space have made us humans do a quite reckless thing, which is deforestation. Hundreds and thousands of forests have been cut down for housing, industries, and etc. Humans also contribute the most to pollution. The combustion of fossil fuels from our cars contributes the most to sulfur dioxide pollution. The sulfur dioxide will be dissolved in clouds along with water molecules and other gases. Sulfur dioxide will be condensed in clouds, and at a certain point, it will precipitate and rain down on the earth. But this rain is pretty much different from the others. The sulfur dioxide will reduce the pH of the water to less than 7, making it acidic. When it rains down to the earth, it will cause several damages, such as the acidification of lakes and streams, damage of trees at high elevations, and the corrosion of buildings, metals, statues, and etc. Another bad impact from sulfur dioxide pollution is that it induces the greenhouse effect. Light from the sun will hit the earth, and with the reflective nature of light, it will bounce back to its source. But in this case, it won't. The pollution in the air serves as a dome that covers the earth, restricting light to bounce back. This will cause the temperature of the earth to rise drastically, causing global warming in the end. As I mentioned before, one of the positive aspects that us humans did is that we have found pesticides, fertilizers, and other chemicals to promote crop health. But no, aside from killing harmless species, these phosphate-containing fertilizers will induce algal blooming. Phosphate will be washed by the rain to water bodies, and this process is called eutrophication. Phosphate supports the growth of red algae. As red algae grows rapidly, they will form layers covering one another. As photosynthesizing plants, this algae needs light, and the algae on the bottom is restricted to it. This will cause the algae to die. So, what happens next? Bacteria eat up the dead algae. These bacteria take up oxygen in space and causes the fishes and other aquatic animals to suffocate and die. Another thing that we are fond of doing is littering. Everywhere, it's like we are leaving our footprints in the form of garbage. Industries are also fond of dumping toxic waste to nearest water bodies. This action does not impact the biggest on aquatic animals, no, but on us humans. Why? Let's take a look at this typical food chain. You have the producer and the consumers. Let's say that this hexagon right here is the amount of chemicals present from the contamination. Now you see how it increases up the food chain? Well, this process is called biomagnification. When this happens, us humans have a high chance of getting diseases such as cancer. So are you scared yet? Well, don't be. There are a lot of things we can do to save the environment and save ourselves. By using public transportation, bikes, and equipped catalytic converters in our cars, we can minimize the use of fossil fuels. We could also increase the use of renewable energy such as solar, geothermal, wind, hydroelectric, and etc. We can also make use of laws to restrict public access to certain habitats to reduce illegal hunting and poaching. Another thing that we can do is to educate people about the importance of conserving the environment. Never ever litter, or join or start community events which involves cleaning up your environment. Lastly, we should raise awareness and tell others why conservation is important. Let's save the environment, shall we? Let's make this earth a better place.